Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse. We're getting started right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right on the dot as usual. And good to see everyone back here. We're going to try to keep this one a little bit shorter today. We wanted to keep these to about 30 to 45 minutes, and yet here we are rolling over to at least an hour pretty much every day because we've had a lot of requests and we've had a lot of charts to cover. So we're going to dive into the charts very, very heavily early on. In the second half of the live stream, if you're new to the channel, awesome. If you're coming back, welcome back. But the second half of the live stream, make sure to get all your comments in early if you want me to answer any questions, or if you want me to chart something for you, put in the ticker symbol, whether it's crypto or stock or whatever it is, put in all the details. That way, if I search for it, I can search for it and chart the right one. So we're going to jump right in. Arnold, good morning. Oh, I missed one. Sorry. Mr. Nice. That wasn't very nice. Mr. Nice, good morning. Arnold, good morning. Rivian down 7%. Longtime market sniper Arnold, our first and official only moderator in the Discord. Helps out a lot of people, gives back in his time over there. He's unpaid, by the way. He's unpaid. So thank you. This is when you know someone has learned how to swing trade, right? Arnold says, good morning. Rivian is down 7%, 2 high fives, right? So he's high fiving. The reason why we're going to talk about this just for a second is that Arnold loves Rivian. Arnold loves, I think, based off his comments on the Twitter X post and stuff like that, I think, and Arnold, correct me if I'm wrong, Arnold loves Rivian and Arnold loves Tesla, but yet he's high fiving that Rivian is down 7%. And I saw his post on Twitter X app. So definitely go follow Arnold there. We'll try to find it here if we can find it quickly. Find Arnold's chart where Tesla hit one of his targets at 166. So Arnold learned in the bear market. A lot of the market snipers learned in the Bitcoin and crypto bear market. And seems like they're thriving based off of their posts and their charts and stuff that I'm seeing over there. So good to see you back, Arnold. Esteban, good morning. Big sells on BTC short term. Yeah, I mean, for sure, short term. We'll take a look at it. Good morning, market snipers. 4K mods, what's up? Let me know if the mic is working. I didn't do a mic check before I went live. I didn't want to be late, so just let me know when we go live. Just let me know if it's working when we go live. Olaf, good morning. Welcome back. Olson, it's not working. Well, I hadn't gone live yet, Aldo. Okay. Mr. Canalius, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly or not. If not, I apologize. Olaf, awesome. Let's go, boss. Awesome. Work. Target weekly. Okay. Yo, what up? Good morning, all. Javier, welcome back. Nvidia. Yep. It was looking like, the reverse candle, stuff like that. We'll get into it. Also, Olsen, I wanted to ask, have you picked out your girl's name yet? Yes, I think we have, but we haven't told anybody. We haven't told anybody. People have been asking me that question for 3 months. I feel like we've picked out the baby girl's name. We've been saying it, but there's still 2 or 3 months remaining. So not announcing it because what if we change our minds? What if we come across a different name? But yeah, I think we have figured out her name, and I like it. Hit the like. Let's help him, help us. Yes, Javier. Listen to Javier. Javier is a very smart person over there. So look at SOUN long stock. Just what do you think? All right. Good morning, Daniel. We'll circle back on all these. Caesar, good afternoon. Hefe, I'm new here. Hope I can learn, understand new things. Awesome. Rivian. Yeah, we'll come back to all the comments. Let's jump in though. Let's not we'll come back to the comments. Don't worry. So Bitcoin. What's happening with Bitcoin? Oh my God, it's down 2.5%. It's crashing. The world's coming to an end, right? Those are some of the comments you start seeing already. So Bitcoin spiked up to $73,820. So yesterday it made a brand new all-time high. Today, it made a brand new all-time high with a wick. The 12th, it made a brand new all-time high in wick. The 9th, it made a brand new all-time high wick, right? So 4 consecutive days of brand new highs, right? And we've been talking about it on the candle closes as well. This is the first highest daily candle close ever, one of this bull run, right? One. This was the second, barely. Third, fourth, and then fifth, right? So we posted that over there on the Twitter X app, and you can see if we scroll down to over here. This is what I'm talking about. This is the fifth current bull run. We're going to keep tracking it. I think it's fun. I think it's a good reminder that we still have potential to the upside, and still a reminder that the first run was the first pump in late 2020, early 2021. There was 29 new new highest daily candle closes, right? And then there was 3 in the second half of 2021. So from November, like October, November 2021, right? So there was 3, but there was 29 from late 2020 to early 2021. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep tracking it for fun over there. And then I wanted to find out, Arnold posted, right? Arnold, just real quick, shout out to Arnold. First target hit Tesla 166 today. Awesome. So follow just Arnold over there. You can follow him at Arnold MVIJIL over there. And I follow him over there. Give him some love over there. He's posting some great charts. And comment, repost, and like it over there. And help the snipers help you. Help the snipers help you. Good job, Arnold. So yeah, this candle is starting to break down, right? The day isn't over. The day hasn't closed. You can see big wicks down, and it still closes back up higher. Could wick down again, or this could be a start of something else, right? So we're going to put the sharpshooter candles 3.1 back on. And one thing I want to point out is that there is bearish divergence on Bitcoin. But before we get into bearish divergence, and before we get into the next possible buy the dip scenario on Bitcoin. Yes, I'm not saying crash. Yes, I'm not saying shorting Bitcoin. What I'm talking about is the next possible buy the dip scenario. And the reason why I say that is because the monthly chart is still ultra bullish. The weekly chart is still ultra bullish. And so I think there's still a lot of room to the upside in this bull run. There's much higher targets above. But that doesn't mean we're not going to see retracements along the way, right? On this wick over here, with this reversal candle and wick, it reversed back down 14.5%, right? January 2021, the charts were looking very ultra bullish. The charts were looking ultra bullish on the monthly chart. And even with the ultra bullish monthly candle on Bitcoin January 2021, it still went through like a shorter term 30% correction, right? So if we go back in time, just real quick, we're going to go back in time here to January 2021. And I just want to show you this right here. So that's November. We're going all the way back. January 2021. Here we go. So the monthly chart, look at this. There are a lot of similarities, right? There are a lot of similarities. Pumped up high, right? We could be, I think we're mostly back in here, right? And you could even see that there is a retracement about 16%, right? So I think we're right around this area. So if it does go sideways and or correct a little bit through this month, and then the next month could see even much higher prices, right? I think we're probably right around here, just as like an idea. And then even when it was ultra bullish on the monthly chart, there was a 30% correction, right? So it pumped all the way up to say almost $42,000. And then crashed, right? Flash crashed 30%, which is very common with Bitcoin and crypto assets. And if Bitcoin's crashing 30, 31%, right? Uh, you look at there, here, let's redraw that. If we do it from wick to wick, that was a 14-day flash crash of 31%, right? So that would be that buy the dip scenario. I wouldn't be shorting there while the higher time frames are ultra bullish, right? And so that would be your next buy the dip scenario while it was still in an uptrend, right? So you got this longer term uptrend over here. Price came back to it, formed the next possible buy the dip scenario, and then took off to the upside. Came back down, took off to the upside, right? So let's fast forward to real time. Right? We'll go back to real time. So here we are, right? There is bearish divergence, right? So let's put on the drawings. This is a longer term upward trend line, right? It's starting to be like a longer upward trend. So whether it's now or it's in the future, like maybe next month, it's possible that we see it, kind of consolidate like this, bounces. What if it bounces all the way up, right? Maybe even higher. And then that would be like, let's see, 30%. Yeah. So maybe it goes even higher. Just as an example, we don't know if it's going to play out like this or not. By the way, this is pure speculation, but that's what we do. We speculate. This is pure speculation and as a possibility and not to be caught off guard, right? And so what if it did something similar like that, went all the way up to $90,000, came all the way back down, messes with the perma bulls and the perma bears all at the same time, find support at that trend line again, and that would be the next possible buy the dip scenario. And by the way, that would be after the halving, right? So maybe it even pumps up until after the halving because all that all the news and stuff pushing it, and then it comes back down after the halving. We traces like 30%, similar to January 2021, and then goes on to make the final push, right? So you got ANF target one up here, above $100,000, and then you've got what is this? What did I remove it? Oh, I must have removed it. Let's see. No, maybe not. No, I did. I removed it, but that's all right. The yellow line, right? The yellow line indicator, and it's currently at 117,000, right? And it's trending upwards. So by the time all this were to play out, it's possible the yellow line is up at like 120, $125,000, and we've got ANF target 1, ANF target 2, and even ANF target 3, right? So ANF obviously went above target 3. Nvidia went above ANF target 3. So is it possible that Bitcoin does? Yeah, it's possible. So we will see. We'll take it level by level. But right now, as you can see, it's currently, flashing from ultra bullish to bullish over here. So it seems like it could come at least back down, retest the trending dots, come all the way down to possibly like 62,000, maybe a wick, right? So in the short term, maybe it comes back down here. As you can see, the candle's flipping from ultra bullish to bullish, comes back down even to the 68,000 and then heads back up, right? Or it comes all the way back down here very quickly, like a wick over here, and then reverses back up and then continues up like that. So that's Bitcoin. But overall, if you're not swing trading or trading on the lower time frames, the monthly chart is still bullish, ultra bullish, right? So the trend is your friend until the end. 4-hour chart is breaking down. Had a sell signal on the 4-hour chart. So in the shorter term, could see some lower prices, whether it's a quick wick down similar to March 5th is a possibility, right? But overall, it's in price discovery mode, right? It's in price discovery mode. It's ultra bullish on the monthly chart. And there's a lot of similarities to this month right here. So here, hold on. This month right here is December 2020. A lot of similarities here. And also, it's like it pumped all, it could pump, it could push down and pump all the way back up, right? So it could have gone down and pumped all the way back up. The same thing with January 2021. So it's ultra bullish. Like I said, there's a lot of drawings over here, but it's in price discovery mode, and it's above the former all-time highs. And there's nothing else really to say other than, yes, it could get a shorter term correction. And in my personal opinion, obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only. And hopefully we get a little bit of entertainment along the way. But the weekly chart is ultra bullish. The monthly chart is ultra bullish. The daily chart is flickering on and off, whether it's ultra bullish or bullish. So shorter term time frames, like the 4-hour chart had a sell signal, could be the next possible buy the dip scenario. Could consolidate sideways and kind of let the trending dots and everything and the moving averages kind of catch up, right? So that's Bitcoin. Ethereum, there's going to be a lot of similarities, right? So let's turn on hit longer term target 5. Bitcoin is above this white horizontal trend line. Solana hit target 2 yesterday, and again, Bitcoin is above here, and Ethereum's up here at longer term target 5. I never put longer term target 5 on for Solana, but if I did, it'd probably be up around this area up here. Chainlink is hit 2 longer term targets so far, near 2 targets so far. DOT is still ultra bullish on the weekly chart, hasn't even hit longer term target 1 yet. Sand, Sand is no longer ultra bullish on the weekly chart. You got to probably zoom in here, but and hasn't even hit longer term target 1 yet. But again, the week's not over. Still have today, still have Friday, Saturday, and then even Sunday. So by the time the week closes, it could close positive, right? Had a big push up over the last 2 weeks from 50 cents all the way to 82 cents. So it makes sense that we get a little bit of a correction here because it was running hot, right? A lot of these assets were running hot over the past, since the last breakout, the last buy signal back here on February 9th, it ran hot for a month, right? So almost exactly a month, and it's coming back to the trending dots right now. It's possible it comes back down even further. You can see this big wick down, and then we'll see from there. Algo, similar thoughts, right? But zooming out, weekly chart, ultra bullish. Mana, still was ultra bullish. Currently is not. Could close that way. But again, this was a massive move over 4 or 5 weeks, and you're getting a little bit of a retracement there on that. Filecoin, still ultra bullish. Again, massive move up from $5.40 all the way back up. Cardano, still ultra bullish. Still hasn't even hit longer term target 1, but got very, 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 very close over there. Matic, still bullish on the weekly chart. Atom, still bullish on the weekly chart. SHIB, Doge, you get the point. You get the point. Now, MicroStrategy, still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Still this upward parabolic trend line. But you've got this longer term trend line. This is probably based off the weekly chart, so it looks a little, but let me change it to the daily chart. So if you look at the daily chart, like MicroStrategy, that's kind of your longer term upward trend line. So at some point, it'll stop going parabolic, unless it's a blow off top, and you would think it would come back, put in a higher low, and then continue upward after that. That would be healthier. Otherwise, if it just continues to go straight up, then it's just going to come straight back down. So if it's going to continue onward for longer time period, it's better for a correction to come back. And even so, like from here, this breakout back here to there was 242% in a matter of like, how many days is that? That's crazy. Even from this buy signal to there, it wasn't even, what is happening? What is happening? Oh, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Okay, let's go. Let's go back. Uh, there we go. There we go. We're back. We're back. We're back. So even for that buy signal there to there, that was 23 days. It went up 200%. 23 days. It pumps hard and it dumps hard. So even if you got like a big retracement from there, right? A big retracement from there, say 20, 30%, maybe 40% of that, right? Uh, maybe even comes all the way back down and fills that gap and comes all the way back up and continues onward. It's a possibility. So don't forget to take profits along the way. There is bearish divergence going back to March 4th. So if so, it means it could possibly come back and retest the trending dots at 1263. But it's too early to say right now. And there could be future bearish divergence, right? So there's no lower high yet. And a lower high will confirm that the bearish divergence will eventually get cleared out, in my personal opinion. But there's no lower high yet. There's just bearish divergence, and there could be additional bearish divergence, meaning higher prices. So let's switch gears. We'll come back to some more Bitcoin and crypto assets. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ and the Magnificent Seven, right? So let's switch over. NASDAQ, right? This is the daily chart. Remember, we've been talking about bearish divergence, and we haven't even seen a correction really since October 2023. October 2023, we have not seen a correction, right? October 26th, 2023, right? That's basically a 5-month move on the NASDAQ without a correction. So what do we have? The RSI 2.1, RSI 2.0 indicator is picking up bearish divergence going back to December 19th, right? And it's picking it all the way up to here. And then if we look here, this would pick up additional bearish divergence on March 12th. So there still is no lower high as of right now. This would be additional bearish divergence. So if price puts in, and if RSI puts in, say, another lower high, and there's not bearish divergence, that would be the higher probability that we're going to see correction down, right? So that would be a lower high, and price would come back down like this, come back up, put in that lower high, and then that would be your higher probability that we come back down, right? So that's what we'd be watching for on the NASDAQ. It's currently in an uptrend. It's currently still bullish. Hold on, let me get back on the cursor over here. And let me kind of zoom in here. So this is kind of like the original trend line. It's broken down from it. So it pumped up, came back down several times, closed back above, and now it's losing the battle. To be more conservative, you could probably draw it out like that, right? And it's still above a longer term trend line. Draw it out like that. The trending dots are even starting to go outside of that trend line. And of course, you could keep moving the trend line like that, but I like it right here. I like it right here. You got multiple fake outs to the downside, multiple pending sell signals. It keeps pumping up, keeps pumping up. This looks like a lower high, but it's not because the candle actually closed down here. So if you take that off, this was bearish divergence additional. So that's where it gets kind of tricky. But the indicator picks it up, right? So you don't have to be like a divergence king. I mean, you want to be, but the indicator does help out with that. So it is currently above the trending dots. Higher time frames are still bullish, but there are signs of a breakdown, and there are signs that with the divergence and stuff that it's overdue for a correction. So even if it's the next possible buy the dip scenario, you would still expect, a retracement along the way, whether that's like target 1, target 2, target 3, and maybe even target 4, right? So target 1, 2, 3, and 4 as a possibility. So it could even come down, hit target 1, bounce back up, come back down, hit target 2, bounce back up, target 3, bounce back up, and so on and so on. And that would be your next possible buy the dip scenario. And it's already just like that. We would already have like our next possible buy the dip scenario laid out. And even this all kind of matches up like that. Whether it happens or not, we don't know. But to kind of like map it out in advance as the next possible buy the dip scenario. And, you know, if it doesn't, right, we would change course, right? It's the next possible buy the dip scenario until it's not. And when would it not be the next possible buy the dip scenario? Well, in my own personal opinion, right? God, this feels like a coaching session. This feels like a coaching session of 2022 where we spent like 1 to 3 hours with the live coaching crew and recorded at least half of it, right? 60 plus hours of recorded coaching over there. So it's the next possible buy the dip scenario, whether it's here, whether it's here, whether it's here, or whether it's all the way down here. Wherever it finds support and starts to reverse back around, it's the next possible buy the dip scenario. And where it's not the next possible buy the dip scenario, right, is if it doesn't find support at a key target 4 area. If it doesn't find support at target 4, then lower prices, right? So that's the way I would look at it. And also, while that's happening in real time, the weekly chart is probably starting to show signs as well that the top is in. And so in real time, we'd be kind of watching it play out. So just be aware of that. This is either the next possible buy the dip scenario, and below target 4, wherever that is, I haven't mapped it out, but wherever that is, if it doesn't find support there, then lower prices. So with that, that's what we're going to take a look at on the Magnificent 7. Let's take a look. We won't go too deep on all of them, but Nvidia went parabolic, right? We can all agree that Nvidia went parabolic, right? Especially on the weekly chart. If you kind of zoom out here, from ANF target 1 at 494, we had ANF target 2 and ANF target 3 mapped out, and it went parabolic. So from the week of January 8th, I'm gonna need some more water. It went parabolic. That was an insane move for Nvidia, and it went. We're talking about we're not talking about a penny stock. We're not talking about a small cap. It went and became one of the biggest. What is the market cap now? I think it was at $2 or $3 trillion. What was it? Market cap is 2.19 trillion. Yeah. So it went over $2 trillion, all the way up to $975, and past some of the big players, right? Past a lot of the big players. But it's getting very wicky on the weekly chart. That is a sign. It's getting very wicky on the weekly chart. It went parabolic. A, it went parabolic. B, let's go. Let's change it. Let's count on our fingers. 1, it went parabolic, right? 2, it's getting very wiggly on the weekly chart. 3, we dropped down to lower time frames. This is such a massive move from 494, right? In a matter of like, what is that, from January 5th to March 8th, in a 2-month span without a correction, right? Started to go parabolic. We called out on March 8th that there was a reversal candle. So last Friday, a reversal candle and a bearish engulfing candle, right? So that's 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then price came down, hit this target here, hit target 1, pumped back up, put in a possible lower high, which we talked about. We covered it in real time on the live streams, right? We covered it. We talked about it. We got bearish divergence. So reverse candle is 3 with bearish engulfing candle, right? That's 3. We have bearish divergence going back to $690 on February 5th. That's 4, right? and then RSI, another RSI sell signal. And then we've got, so that you can call that 5, 4.5, 5, right? And then this lower high. You get a close down here, confirms that lower high on RSI, but not price yet, right? So that would be 5. You get RSI close over here, and then you get a price close over here, back below, what is it, 865-ish. Then you're looking at price closes back here. Hold on. 1 second. Let's see. It closed here. So if it takes out 857 on price, that would be like 6 reasons why we're going to see lower prices. So will it be one of those? It finds support, battles back up, and then comes back down, battles back up. It's hard to kill a bull, right? It's hard to kill a bull. Could go through a topping pattern. Could put in double top, could put in triple top, could put in quadruple top. We don't know, right? But this was, hold on, let's take some of that off. Right? This was a high close so far. This is a lower high as of right now. Not confirmed on price, but could be confirmed on RSI today, right? So that's what we're watching on Nvidia. If you're in it to win it, when would now be a good time to take profits, right? When would now be a good time for the bigger players to rotate into other assets? Does it mean that the top is in? No, it could go much higher. But if you're a swing trader from a swing trading standpoint, whether you bought down here, or you bought again down here, say you bought back here at 491. Me personally, if I would have taken that trade on a swing trade to the upside, I would have taken profit, right? That's just me personally. So just do you. It could go much higher. In hindsight, you can be like, oh, well, that wasn't the dip. That's okay. If you got a reverse candle, bearish engulfing candle, you got very wicky in the weekly charts, you got a possible lower high coming in, that is the higher probability that correction's coming in. Not a bad way to take profit. Even from that buy signal to, like, say the lower high is getting put in over here, that's 87%. You waited for another candle close, and then maybe you even waited to like right now. It's still a 79% return in 2 months, right? So, we're not going to spend that much time on the rest of them. That's why I keep saying, right? Bearish divergence, possible lower high of Meta, right? Still has not hit ANF target 1. So we will see. Still bullish on higher time frames. Amazon, bearish divergence, no lower high as of yet. Microsoft, bearish divergence. Is that it? Could be additional bearish divergence, but ANF target over here. So could Nvidia do something like this where it consolidates, even corrects a little bit, and then makes another run at it? Yeah, it's possible. But Microsoft hasn't even hit ANF target 1 yet, where Nvidia has hit 3 ANF targets to the upside. So a little bit different. This could be Nvidia of back 2 months ago, right? Possible. Tesla. This is why I don't catch falling knives, right? Tesla still has flipped ultra bearish again, right? Was ultra bearish, closed most of that gap, not all of it, but partial gap fill, pretty close. Started to break back down, and now it's ultra bearish again, right? Ultra bearish again. The weekly chart remains bearish on the weekly chart and has technically been in a bear market all the way since November 2021. And many investors would say that you're in a bear market back below the 200-week moving average, back below the 200-day moving average. This is the 200-week moving average at 224 right now. If we flip it over to, just for fun, let's change this to 1 day. And it's below the 200-day as well, right? So that's the 200-day. Let's switch it back, though. I just like to have it as a bookmark. And it's currently bearish on the weekly It's ultra bearish on the daily chart, and 163 as of right now. Go on the daily chart. Is there another gap fill over here? Let's see. There's a gap right here. Is it a big gap? No. It doesn't look like it's a big gap on Tesla, but from that gap to there, 6%. There is a gap 6% over here at 145. We could probably put that on the chart as well. So you got a gap over there. And let's see, Apple still bearish on the daily chart. Still below the trading dots, still below this trend line. Weekly chart, still bearish on the weekly chart. We've talked about it in the live streams. Google, weekly chart, still trying to hold on. Google just missed target 2 to the downside. We were talking about it was closing back above, and then it was breaking out to the upside over there. Had that arrow like that. So buy signal breakout. Could it just be putting in a lower high? You've got a high, you got a lower high, you got a lower high, came all the way back down. Could it put in a lower high? It's possible. But if it starts closing back above 145, maybe not, right? So it is breaking out. Could be a possible sell it, right? Could be. Too early to say right now. The weekly chart is battling the bullishness. Daily chart is currently bullish. So take it for what it is. I'm not currently in it. Let's flip back over. What else? ANF. This is what we talked about over here. Is it getting rejected from the trending dots? This also went parabolic. Massive move. Just a massive move. Had a sell signal over here. Came down. Talked about it. Could pump all the way back up. Put in a lower high. If it does, put in a lower high. Where is it? Right here. If this is a lower high, then that is the top is in, right? The top would be in. Woo, what is happening over here on the miners? Nothing. Nothing is happening over here on the miners. But we talked about this. We covered it. There are a lot of people on Twitter posts that probably shouldn't be in the markets. They should probably just pay someone to handle their finances for them, handle their investments for them, handle their swing trades or longer term investments, because they've been putting in negative posts for 3 years that I've seen, right? They probably should be handling their own stuff. They're too emotional, right? So with that, patience is required. And one thing that we have talked about with HUT, with all the Bitcoin mining stocks, that they might be holding price down. The market makers, yes, there's market makers out there, right? And they run the show. And it's all based off of leverage, right? So they've got leverage, and specifically talking about the options game, right? For HUT and stuff. For HUT, Hive, all that stuff. Options expire tomorrow. There are option contracts that expire tomorrow. We've been talking about it for a week or so. It just seemed like after this buy signal and then it broke back down, back here at the end of February, it just seemed like there's a couple weeks like they're gonna suppress price down for the next 2 weeks, right? It just seemed like that. And so that's when I started talking about it. Is that options expire the 15th. They don't want people, people are getting very bullish. Bitcoin was pumping hard, right? Bitcoin mining stocks, people were hoping that, including me, that Bitcoin mining stocks would also start pumping hard. And the buy signal back above the trending dots, got above this trend line. And then when it started to reverse back down, it just seemed like they're going to hold it down to March 15th, or maybe even slightly after, or maybe today or first thing tomorrow morning, right? And here we are. It's March 14th. Options expire on the 15th, and then again on June 15th. So it's been consolidating since December 27th. It's been holding price down. So even if you selected option contracts a month or two out in advance and thought it was going to the moon, your options are most likely expired worthless now. So once it expires worthless tomorrow, or negative or a big drop, right? Uh, then the market makers will push it back up after that, and you probably won't get back in. So they're grabbing more liquidity, and the options expire tomorrow. So doesn't mean it's going to break out tomorrow, but it just seems like it's kind of lined up that way, right? So we'll find out. HUT max pain over here, March 15th. Options expiring, max pain 294, right? Although it could take a while to play out, right? It's possible. Maybe they hold it till June 15th. We don't know, right? Maybe they hold the options expired till June 15th. So we will see. Came all the way back down to back test down here. And so if anyone who bought options back in February and they chose, say, March 15th, and they never took profits on those options all the way up here, even though it was breaking back down, even had a sell signal. If they bought anywhere back here, those options are expiring worthless, right? So there you go. So that's Hive. MIGI doesn't have options that expire, but probably I don't believe that they have options. So broke out, came all the way back down, back tested this trend line. We'll see if it finds support and then comes back up, right? So this could be a low, this could be a higher low, and this could end up being a higher low. Too early to say right now. And then so that could be a breakout, could be back test, and then we'll see if it kind of turns around over this week or next week. We will see. Bitfarm continues to break down, right? Some of these other ones have excuse me. Oh man. Woo. Woo. Smash the like button. We're going hard for 42 minutes. Man, I don't know how many requests we're going to get into it. We got a lot to cover today. Want to show some of these other ones that are down that haven't filled the gap yet. CLSK has a pending sell signal. CLSK has a gap down here. We've talked about and covered it. So we're going to go quickly on this. CLSK, here, let's put on a line right there. That line right there is got a gap over there, right? Marathon Digital looks like it came down and filled that gap, right? And retested the 200-week moving average. So doesn't mean it could go lower, right? But just showing that it did retest 200-week moving average, and it did fill that gap, right? So that is Marathon Digital. Riot filled that gap over here. We'll put in a higher low. We're going to make it. Has not filled that gap yet. We're going to make it. Has not filled that gap yet, right? Wolf filled the gap over here. Iris Energy has not filled this gap yet. Filled this gap, has not filled that gap. Cypher Mining filled this gap over here. This could have been a higher low. Pump back up. We'll put in another higher low. Too early to say. What else? PayPal. One of the only bright spots today. One of the only bright spots after much pain. There's been so much pain. People have given up on PayPal, and it wasn't easy. It's not for the faint of hearts. It doesn't mean it couldn't go lower, but it just seems like the bottom is in. And the one bright spot today on PayPal. What else? What else jumps out at us? Some of the altcoins against Bitcoin are doing better today. Let's see. Dot had that breakout. Sand had the breakout, retracing a little bit. Solana versus Bitcoin, right? Chainlink hasn't broken out yet against Bitcoin. Ethereum came back down. AVAX, Near, Doge, Mana. You get the point. All right, so let's circle back. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Here, let's take some of this creative artwork off over here, and just kind of keep it a little bit more simplified over there. The chart's getting too wild and crazy. We'll leave that on as bearish divergence over here, just as an idea. But let's circle back to some of your comments. Let's circle back. We're 44 minutes in. Man, we're going to try to keep these live streams to 30 to 45 minutes. but I want to cover some of your requests and as promised over there. So let's go. Let's go. Let's see. We covered a lot of those. Nvidia, yep. Hit the like button. Javier, you're so smart. Javier, so smart. Thank you, Javier. I appreciate your always coming on the live streams. I always appreciate you commenting. I always appreciate you telling people to smash the like button, and it helps me help you help me. So help you once, help me twice. Right there we go. Look at SOUN long stock. John T, you got it. You were early bird, got the worm. 2 minutes in. I love it. Thank you for putting the ticker symbol. Thank you for letting me know long stock. Just putting in the details, right? Putting in the details so that we could search for it quickly and kind of look at it. So it looks like it's an AI stock, Sound Hound. I've never heard of it. Never charted it. Had a massive move back here at $1.95, right? $1.95 buy signal in was that a month? So 1 month pump to the wick, 428% in 24 days. That's insane. That is crazy. Pending a reverse candle, probably bearish divergence. There is bearish divergence, so it could see a possible retracement. That's additional bearish divergence, and it could continue to have bearish divergence. There is are you long right now, John T, or are you looking to long it, right? So you got a gap here. Let's change. I like to have the gaps to be broken and dotted. I've always had them yellow and dotted. So you got a gap down there. And it retraced a long ways, right? It probably hit 3 of the 4 targets to the upside. Let's zoom out here real quick. Let's zoom out. So A on the weekly chart is still ultra bullish. So this could be that next possible buy the dip scenario. If you're on the weekly chart, right, you probably see this is the low over here at 99. Call it $1. So $1 probably hit longer term target 1, right? Probably hit target 2. Probably got very close to target 3, if not hit it, and then probably target 4. This is an eyeball test, and then you've got the weekly highest candle close over there at 1350. But the weekly chart is still ultra bullish. Not enough chart history for the month, but there was a buy signal on the monthly chart. Daily chart, pending reverse candle. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's get off the cursor. Oh, hit the mic. Hit the mic. So could be reloading for the next possible buy the dip scenario, right? The next possible buy the dip scenario. Maybe it comes all the way back down to $7.11. I mean, that's not that far away. Maybe it comes back to the trending dots, but maybe it just consolidates for a couple of days, kind of let the trending dots catch up, and then maybe on to the next move. There is a gap. We can see what the gap is. From that gap to the wick is 30% gap. So it is a 30% gap, but made a higher high, made a higher low, and a higher high. And then we'll see if it puts in another higher low. But weekly chart is ultra bullish over there. So it's probably like catching lightning in a bottle. This is probably a high risk, high reward asset, John T. Hopefully that helps. What do you think about these PPI, CPI, and other reports? Do you pay attention to them? I mean, I'll take a look at them. But first and foremost, as a swing trader, I trust the charts first and foremost. I have an awareness of them 4K mods, but I don't make any business decisions based off of it. If I'm swing trading the daily chart, I trade the daily chart because we don't know what narratives are out there. We don't know what the bigger players behind closed doors are doing. Yes, there's some tracking models out there, but I still think it's just better for me to stare at the charts, and it's served me pretty good over the years. So that's what I'm going to stick with. I stay in my lane, do what I do, and and just try to be the best version of what I do. Right, Daniel? What up, Daniel? Manhattan real estate for sale. Let's go. No worries. I won't ask you to do any more looks in the shit coins. Okay. What was the last one? What was that? Myra? Hefe, I'm new here. Hope I can learn, understand new things. Yeah, I mean, if you want to take a deeper dive, then you probably want to do recorded coaching because we do deeper dives. We're not going to do deeper dives here. We will cover the charts and talk about things, but we're not going to do deeper dives here. That's not the place for it. It just takes too much energy and time. Good afternoon, Caesar. Welcome back. Rivian is the second largest sellers of electric cars, valued at 10 billion, and they have 10 billion just in cash. Rivian long term could be a really good stock. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier on the live stream. Is that you really love Rivian, but the fact that you're high fiving that it was down 7% today, you must be looking for even lower prices potentially to buy the dip, or you might even be shorting it. Knowing you might even be shorting it because I know you've shorted things in the past with 8 to 10x leverage over there. So, my man, do you go to the gym, Jesse? I don't go to a gym, but yes, I work out. I have weights at home and do push-ups and when I've ran marathons in the hold on, that's not plural. I've ran a marathon in the past. I've trained for marathons in the past. The last marathon I ran was back in 2017. No, I'm sorry. The last marathon I trained for was 2017, but I hurt my knee playing basketball, and it's never been the same since. So since the knee issue, the longest I've ran is for races are 5Ks, and so it sucks. I probably should have gotten surgery back in 2017, but I hate getting surgeries. So I thought it would heal on its own. It didn't. It still bothers me to this day. But I'll still tough it out on a 3.1 mile run for a race. Otherwise, it's 2 to 3 miles that I'll run. But yeah, I run, and then I have I instead of me going to the gym, I paid like $250 for weights, and so that's like the gym membership that I don't have to pay for long term, and it saves time, right? It saves time. But I used to have gym memberships, but yeah, good question. Off topic question. Morning, Jesse. As channel grows, lives will need to be longer. You don't worry about 30 minutes stream cutoffs. We need more. Well, I don't know. That's a lot of energy. And these live streams make 70 cents, right? The shorter videos, like the 10, 15-minute videos, make like $4. These live streams make like 70 cents, right? Because it doesn't really make sense, but we keep doing them. Around what price would Bitcoin need to fall to make price of the monthly candle no longer bullish? It's not based off of the price. Square is getting wrecked. No, Dallas White, Square. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at Square. I have it on here somewhere. Oh man, this list is way too long. The list is way too long. Square. Let's take a look. Down 5%. Still bullish on the daily chart. Yeah, it's still bullish on the daily chart. Still bullish on the weekly chart, right? Still bullish on the weekly chart. Yeah, so pretty wicky there, but yeah, this was a possible higher low, and then this weekly candle, it was a higher high confirming the higher low. So yeah, shorter term, right? Shorter term, it's probably like on a 4-hour chart or something. So we'll see, but yeah, daily chart is still bullish, weekly chart is still bullish over there as of right now on Square. Javier, Jesse, what do you think about sailor position in BTC? Do you think USD will keep leading against BTC or over the years? Yeah, I don't get too caught up in the narratives over there. If you got caught up in the narratives with Michael Saylor, he's a perma bull, right? So longer term perma bull, he'll never sell Bitcoin. So is he ever going to realize gains? No. He'll never realize gains. That's not for me. But I guess if you have billions of dollars, I guess you don't care. You care more about protecting the billions. But for me, I'm not a billionaire, so I'm trying to gain more Bitcoin. So the way to gain more Bitcoin is to buy the lows and sell the highs, right? So I don't pay attention to Michael Saylor. He was talking about $1 million Bitcoin last cycle, and then it dropped over 70%, and you could have bought more Bitcoin at 15,000, and he was underwater, right? So for me as a swing trader, first and foremost, I don't pay attention to him. I think he's pure noise. I think he's pure noise, personally, because if I only listen to Saylor, I would never sell, right? And the purpose of me selling Bitcoin is to get more Bitcoin cheaper, right? And try to 2x my Bitcoin, 3x my Bitcoin, 5x, et cetera, et cetera. Do you think NASDAQ correction will affect Bitcoin price? It could, right? It definitely could. So it has in the past. So if it's a bigger correction, it could. Now, I always say, Tesla John, trade the chart first and foremost in front of you, because they're not always correlated one-to-one, right? NASDAQ could be pumping while Bitcoin's correcting, or Bitcoin could be correcting while NASDAQ is pumping. So it could impact it, though, for sure. Yes, long now, Nvidia investor. Long Sun at 670. Cool. Oh, 670. What was that? Sun at, what was it? 670. Yeah, I mean, buy signal was back here at $1.97. So, I mean, John T, 670. It's not the worst, but it's certainly not the best. There's certainly a lot of room for improvement on that buy, right? Like, it'd be better to buy back here, obviously. And then as it pumped up, it came back for a retracement. Maybe somewhere right around like 545 would be possibly a second one. 670, 630 maybe, 640. I mean, it's not the worst, but there's definitely room for improvement, in my personal opinion, on that buy, John T. So I'd just be careful. Thanks. Yep. Palm AI. Oh God, here we go. All right, fine. Palm AI. Let's see. We'll take a look at it. Palm. What happened? Where is it? Is it on here? There it is. Here, let's get rid of that one. Palm AI. You probably bought up here. No, just kidding. 4-hour chart. Yep. So you had the buy signal back here at 70 cents, and then pumped all the way up. And then let's see, this is a 4-hour chart, by the way. Lower high, and then multiple sell signals. Just a retracement, right? Probably. Daily chart is still bullish. Maybe it's finding support. There's nothing chart there for me. So probably not going to keep charting Palm AI. In fact, let's take it off. BPC 157, bro. Jesse, I just went to let you know what I have been able to turn $100 in 1160 starting beginning of March. Awesome. How did you do that? Ollie Sabi. Allah Sabi, flipping 100 into $1,160. What is that? 1,000%? 1,100%? 1,160%. That's awesome since March. So how were you able to do it? What'd you buy? What'd you sell? Let us know. What are you investing in the 70-cent profit from this live stream into? Nothing. It's not a profit, Steve. This streaming service cost me $50 a month. I'm losing money on this live stream. The streaming equipment, the laptop gaming system to be able to handle this live stream was $2,000. So I'm negative, Steve Robeson. I'm negative. So I'm not making any money over here. I'm losing the live stream. I'm losing. So the gap for Tesla at 145. So help me, and smash that like button over there. Smash that subscribe button and help us out over there. The gap for Tesla 140 consider already filled when it bounced from there last time. I don't think it ever filled it. Sailor has been underwater for 4 years. Yeah, he's positive now. He's not underwater anymore. I think his break even was $30,000. I think $32,000 he was his break even. So I think he's positive. I've heard Apple. So 32,000. So he's up 2x now. But just imagine if Sailor was a swing trader like us, and he sold at 61,000 and then bought back in at 16,800. He'd be so rich right now. I've heard Apple might be interested in Rivian. Oh wow, cool. I'm not into the new. Like, it's cool to hear the news, Emilio, but I'm not into it as far as like swing trading or looking at the charts personally, because who knows if the move has already happened ahead of time. Bitcoin could be getting bought up already. Another wick happening at $70,000. We'll see how the data closes over there. Emilio, that's because Apple can't seem to build an EV themselves. There we go. No, you don't have to do it. You ask which one. There you go. Nah, 0.13. Yeah, exactly. I think it would be a great deal. Cool. Trading futures, but using your indicator as a reference. Okay. Yeah, be careful. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. One thing I talk about. Are you in the Discord, Ollie Sabi? Are you in the Discord? If so, one thing I always talk about in the Discord and stuff is don't risk more than you can afford to lose. Like $100 was great, flipping it to 1160. Then we talk about, taking some off the table. If you're trading futures and you go from 100 to 1100, a lot of times people give back those gains, maybe go back to 500, maybe go all the way back to 100, and maybe go all the way to 0, right? Because they don't take money off the table. So lock in those gains, take money off the table out of the digital world, whether it's crypto or futures or whatever, and diversify, right? So, build the account on your trading account, but also take some off and treat it like a business. So that's my own personal. Turned $77 and $1,500. Dang, nice, awesome. Buying dips, selling, and not watching Jesse. Yep. RTM, 4K months. RTM to CoinEx. Yep, an hour late. Yurka, or did I say that correctly? Yurka or Jerka? Let me know. Let me know on the next live stream, but we usually don't take requests this late in the game. We're already an hour in, and high leverage and not risking, and I am. Awesome. Are you in the recorded coaching, or are you in the just the Discord with the sharpshooter candles 3.1? Let me know. I'm careful in turning profit in the spot, keeping inside. Okay, awesome. Yes, 145. The thing is, what we talk about in the recorded coaching is that you could have 9 wins in a row, and that's when it gets fun, but also at the same time, your next loss is around the corner. So that's why we take profits off the table. Yes, 140. Yep. Okay. With that, thank you for everyone's support. I appreciate you. Thank you for smashing the like button. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. All of that is much appreciated while we make 70 cents on these live streams. It's funny. It's funny. We got to make fun of it, right? 70 cents on these live streams. We're getting rich over here. And with that, thanks again. Hope you have a good rest of your day. With that, let's continue to sniper the markets together, and we will see you tomorrow.